There's supposed to be 2 other people doing this now. It's not supposed to be me. I was out.
Okay, I'll play along. We need you back, fearless leader. So we're bringing you back into the fold. I am using my tech skills to hijack your computer and bring you into this. So close this Madeline Ward porn and come back and review some stuff with us.
My pants were nearly down. I don't know what's going on. I don't like this. But I guess I'm back.
I mean, if my face keeps you chub, then we've got some other problems.
They keep telling me I'm back. I guess I'm back.
Nice John Wick reference.
I guess I'm back. For now. Welcome. Welcome again to episode 51 of the Review Zoo. I'm Andrew McDonald.
And I'm Sam Harper.
Some of you may actually be wondering, episode 51? What happened to episode 50?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Don't acknowledge that it happened.
How are you, Sam?
I'm alright. I mean, another day.
Sounds about right. That sounds about exactly how I feel.
The new thing I say is new soup just reheated. I mean, the same soup just reheated.
I get that. That makes sense.
It's less crass than same shit, different day.
Yeah, that sounds a little better. It's kind of like, yeah, no, I can't think of anything better. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Same soup, just reheated. Okay. Same rice cooker. No, that doesn't work actually.
Same rice. I mean, like rice gets all hard afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not. Yeah, it's just worse. Just worse all around. So, neither of us went to New York Comic Con this year.
Nah.
That's pretty terrible in a way.
Is it? I mean,
it's a little terrible, I feel. Like,
not to knock New York Comic Con, but is it?
Yeah, I mean, the sad thing is things did seem to occur there.
Not big things, like not like cut the presses.
Yeah.
Not petting zoo worthy.
No,
nothing
not catastrophic.
Nothing
like,
petting zoo worthy.
Like the AEW wrestling crew was there, which was kind of neat. I would have, but then again, I probably wouldn't have gotten to that panel. So it's like, all right, no big deal.
Who gives a rat's ass?
You know, they had a new Picard trailer. Jean-Luc Picard was there, and that looks fun.
And then USS Enterprise.
Apparently, William Shatner was also bumming around New Jersey that weekend. He was doing
Shatner?
Yeah, he was doing like a Wrath of Khan screening in like Asbury Park or Cherry Hill, and then like a Q&A and like autograph photo session. I don't know.
What? Why?
I don't know.
Does he need money?
He's a crazy Republican now. They all need money.
He's a Republican?
Oh, he's a Trumper. He's a hardcore Trumper.
Wait, yeah. Whoa. Bring this back. Say that full sentence again. Say the name and everything.
William Shatner. He's a hardcore Trumper. If you look him up, you'll see. He's on the Twitters.
My heart.
He's out there just kind of MAGA everywhere. I don't know. It's him and Dean Cain Superman. It's just...
Yeah, I know about Dean Cain, but you know...
We live in the best timeline right now. I don't know. Like, the Avengers happened, and, you know, Star Wars is a thing again. You know, there's some cool shit. But then, it's Trump. So it's, you know... We're just doing stupid stuff. I don't know what's going on, guys. But it's not a political podcast, so we'll move on. But yeah, otherwise, you know, there are a couple cool things at Comic-Con that we'll get to, I guess. But none of them were movie trailers, really. We don't have any movie trailers to talk about this week, which is kind of surprising.
Because we usually have at least one.
At least one, if not, like, 5. And, you know, you figure November's coming, and that's usually bigger movies. You know, what's-his-face is coming out? Zombieland. Excited for that?
Zombieland Double Tap?
Yeah.
Excited is a strong word. I am definitely going to go see it, though.
Okay. Yeah, I might see it eventually. I don't know.
Yeah.
Excited
I'll go see that in theaters.
Yeah.
Excited is a strong word. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, it's been 10 years. It has been 10 years. They even tried to do a TV show, and that failed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were doing with the different, like, nobody of the original, none of the original cast were coming back, so.
Yeah. A wise thing they could have done would have been to do Zombieland, do it with a new cast, and pretend they are new people, not the same people pretending to be the people we saw who are much bigger stars.
Yeah.
Because it came off poorly. And no one cared for it on Amazon. It might have actually worked had it just been, something new.
Like Fear the Walking Dead, like a whole different cast.
Exactly. And, even people didn't love that, but that got at least 2 seasons. So, I mean, sure. Why not?
I think it's still, I think it got renewed again.
You're actually probably right. It probably did get renewed again.
People just love themselves
some
some Walking Dead.
Actually, of The Walking Dead.
Another spinoff?
Yeah, it's called Walking Dead Universe. A new series trailer. And apparently The Walking Dead Season 10 first episode had the lowest premiere out of any premiere of the show so far. So it's probably on its way out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently Batwoman started, and I didn't realize that, the TV show.
Oh, shit.
Started Sunday.
Oh, wow.
I need to catch up on it because I need to catch two seasons of that show and catch up on it because, they're doing Crisis, and Crisis is going to be cool.
Crisis is going to be cool.
Yeah. All right. So let's move into news. So apparently, in the last week, Brie Larson has stated that pretty much all the Marvel actresses have pitched an all-female team-up movie to Kevin Feige. They want it to happen. It is something. We have discussed it. We've come to Kevin and we said we're all in this together. We want to do this. What it means is of no idea to her. But she's not in charge of Marvel. She can't say if it's going to happen. But they're very passionate, and if they feel like if people want it, it'll maybe happen. And other than that, she loves to play Carol Danvers. She loves the character, and she really, really wants to see it happen. Thoughts?
I think that Carol Danvers put that last part in there so that they don't get the idea of trying to fire her. But I think she's serious. I honestly think it will work. I mean, like, really? It's not like it doesn't have a president. A-Team was a thing. Mm-hmm. If people don't know, A-Team was the Avengers team that was an all-female cast that had She-Hulk.
A-Force, actually.
Oh, sorry, yeah, A-Force, A-Team, mm-hmm. Wow. A-Force, it had, like, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel.
You can find them in their van. You can hire them. Miss Marvel. She-Hulk.
Who would be Murdoch?
Oh, you need a crazy chick. Who's the crazy one? Damn.
Who was the
Squirrel
crazy
girl?
one in there?
I don't know.
Crazy? I mean, she wasn't Squirrel. She was just quirky.
Yeah, but I have to imagine the Marvel characters probably looking at her and they're like,
I mean,
she's talking to a squirrel, guys.
Okay. That's part of her power, and she has a swirled tail. So that
you could
sense.
say Wanda's the crazy one, but that feels mean.
Yeah, it does feel real mean.
Feels a little.
I mean, the X-Men universe calls her the Great Pretender now. So
yeah, well, she wiped out all their powers and pretty much their entire race, and then they found out she wasn't a mutant. So yeah, I mean, there's some hurt feelings. But yeah, no, I can't think of anyone crazier. So I'm gonna Squirrel Girl or Wanda, but so no, you don't think it'll work, huh?
No, I didn't say that. I said I think it'll work. No. Do I think it will get off the ground and people will say yes? I think it's 50-50.
Okay.
Simply because, like, it's not something that I think Disney would put into play, like Marvel would put into play right away. Like, this is not going to be Phase 5. But I feel as though if Captain Marvel does the numbers like I think it's going to do numbers, I think they have less of a reason not to do it. And once they show that first trailer and they put it to some badass chick song, because that's what they're going to do, I think that would sell the tickets itself. All you need is a trailer and a reasonable plot that they will all hang out together.
So my idea was something happens that is related to Iron Man, Tony Stark, and Pepper calls in some of these female heroes to help her. And she basically finances and assembles the A-Force. Because she's got the money and some of the tech background of having access to Tony's tech. And she could call in somebody like Captain Marvel, potentially Black Widow if she's alive, and like the Scarlet Witch. She would have the connections to be able to reach out to the Avengers and like Maria Hill and be like, we need to do something about this.
That actually would work.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was going to say, because that means you have to bring Gwyneth Paltrow back, and that's... But, like, she could find it. She could totally be, like, the Charlie to this.
I mean, I think Gwyneth Paltrow would be down to do it. Not because, you know, she doesn't actually know anything about these movies. She just does them and then never watches them.
That's the shit that boggles my mind. She doesn't actually know what's going on.
Yeah, she gets on interviews and she's like, "Oh, you were in the movie with me?" And it's like, "What the? Yes, bitch. I was in the movie with you."
I love that video where she's like Kevin Feige and her are cooking something. It's just like, "Yeah, you were in the movie." He's like, "No, I wasn't. I was in this one and this one." I was like, "No, you were there." Sweet, I was there. Like, yeah,
I was.
You were
happened
there
several times.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like this is a one-time thing. It's like it's happened several movies where she's just like been completely unaware she was in the movie, and then it's like, "Did you see the movie?" And it's like, "Oh no, I don't watch things. I just go there and I show up and I say some stuff. They give me money and I go home. That was about it. I have no idea what this is all about." Who are you? Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
A check. I'll take that.
Sure. Goop. That's what I do. And I don't know what the fuck. She has no idea what's going on. But, yeah. I mean, they have enough female stars. So, honestly, like, A-Force should probably be a thing at some point if they really wanted it to be.
If they figure out a way to get her there, I would really like Mantis to be on that team.
Yeah, that could be cool. I kind of feel like you'd have to have at least one of the guardians. Like, you'd probably have to have Gamora or somebody like that to do it. Yeah, but then
they have too many. Like, I mean, you have a Gamora.
Although, if you have Captain Marvel, you can definitely have Gamora, because then it's like you have somebody who can go out into space and be like, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow, you know, Pepper is trying to recruit this team, and she goes to Captain Marvel, and she's like, "We need all women for this team for whatever reason. Who are some people you think of? Who you think is the best people to be on this team?" And Captain Marvel's gonna be like, "All right, we need this, we need this, we need this. I know I can get this person. It's just gonna take me a couple days." And you see her out in space, and it's just like, "Hey, Gamora, I need you."
And Mantis would tag along. He's like, "I'll go."
Yeah.
And you're just like, "Okay." I mean, she can read minds, so that will be useful.
Mm-hmm. I know how to butt kick. And it's like, "Yes, Mantis, you do know how to butt kick. Let's go."
That is hilarious.
And that's
I
what
love
she
her
would
little
do.
thing she does.
Yes, she's very cute. But yeah, could work. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be Phase 5. I don't know.
No.
We'll have to wait and see how Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Okay, we could talk about that partially real fast.
All right.
That trailer came out.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn's Birds of Prey. Good.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I mean,
I don't hate it.
I like Margot Robbie. It definitely looks like it's very Harley Quinn centric and focused.
Mm-hmm.
It again looks like one of the better things that DC is doing in continuity, and the idea that it is a part of their comic book universe in some ways. That the Joker, I'm not entirely certain, still is a part of their comic book universe. That it's a character in sheep's clothing. Yeah.
This is a divorce of it, kind of. I mean,
yeah. We'll get to that towards the end, but Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey looks like what I would expect Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey to kind of look like. So, I don't know. I think if it does well, then Marvel will probably be like, "Well, we can do a female movie with a bunch of, lady people." Lady people. Yeah. That's what
lady
sells
people.
tickets. Lady people. That's what they like. I know all about lady people. Some of them are my favorite people. Half the people I know are lady people. Yeah.
You're going to get yourself in trouble. Just stop now. Okay, so next topic.
It was really good at that.
Yeah. Next topic. Nova is reported to set to make his long overdue Marvel Cinematic Universe debut in Phase 5. Wow.
It's about time.
It's about fucking time. Nova's like their Green Lantern. Why do you have that shit?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so James Gunn has never shown any interest in using Nova for his Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but Marvel Studios, the president Kevin Feige, has previously confirmed that plans are in place for this character. We'll have a new report in MCU Cosmic is to be believed that will be in Phase 5. Apparently, Richard Rider will make his Marvel Cinematic Universe debut in a slate of movies alongside characters such as Blade, the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men. So he's going to be in Phase 5.
Cool. I'm a little surprised it's Richard Rider.
I am not,
I'm not, but I am a little surprised.
because I know they think they're going with Sam, and like so they could do. So I think here's what I think they're going to do. I think Spider-Man is going to be a good part of this,
Yeah.
like a part of this chunk, and they're going to go Richard Rider and all that stuff. And I think whatever event's going to happen, like whatever closes this off, like whatever Infinity War like thing to close off this thing, this phase,
Yeah.
is going to involve Spider-Man dying or passing on the mantle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of legacy heroes that are left are going to also do the same. And that's where we're going to get like Miles Morales Spider-Man and also Sam. And that's probably going to get like more Kamala Khan. And we're going to get more of that. And although,
I mean, everything I can see lining up with that. It's just that I don't know if you'd get Sam then, because Richard would just come in. I don't think he would. I don't know. I guess. Go on. I'm sorry. I could have interrupted it, but yeah.
No. The only thing I was going to add is that we could, and if this works, I would love it. We can get more of them. We'll get those characters for the champions, like, you know, the Spider-Mans, the Visions, all that stuff. But then we also get, hopefully, ultimate versions of Fantastic Four and the X-Men, because those, one, were significantly younger, and two, they can pal around.
Yep.
And that would be good. We have a younger, more vibrant. Like the next couple phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe could end up looking like a CW TV show.
Yeah.
Like just
it's not a bad thing.
Yo, I know exactly. It's just like a bunch of young heartthrobs, just lining the group.
I also think we're gonna get a little more crossover between. We may get more crossover. I feel like between the TV shows and the movies in the next few years. I think so, because I forget what happened, but something happened with the TV division recently. I know I'd seen it, and I feel like it's now slightly more under Feige's umbrella than it previously had been. Which I think may lead to it, because I think it was just there's a lot of division and there was a lot of kind of infighting I think going on, and the movie division kind of ignored it. But I think it's getting more and more likely that we're going to see some crossover, especially with even like the Runaways and Cloak and Dagger now crossing over. We'll see.
I think TV is going to end up being like before. Like, I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was in the Marvel universe, and so was Daredevil and stuff like that. But now that Disney has its own network, I think we're definitely going to see more official crossovers.
Yeah, I think that's going to be probably what. Yeah, that's going to be what jumpstarts it a little bit more. The fact that it's just, they have their official network. Because I mean, the fact is, the ABC shows, for as much as they never went back very much to the movies, you know, they still were affected by the movies in the early seasons. And again, you know, like, Peggy Carter had a TV show, but Peggy Carter was still an influential movie character. Her last appearance so far has been in the last Avengers movie. So, I mean, you know, like it or not, these characters exist in that universe, even if they never seem to come back the other way as often. And very few of them do. Again, Maria Hill did a few times. She probably did the most, honestly, after the Avengers movie came out, because she'd popped up in Avengers 2. She went back to S.H.I.E.L.D. once or twice, and then she popped back up in another movie, like Spider-Man and all that. So, I mean, they're there. They're just very much on the periphery, whereas the Netflix shows were, like, there in passing. Like, it's like, we live in the same city. Some shit went down in Manhattan, but we live in the Bronx. And that's basically it. Yeah, I mean, I can see Richard Rider. You know, the way Marvel always does things, they always tend to start with the first version of the character, it seems like in the movies, and then they move on. They've already shown that both Novas can exist at the same time. If they make the Nova Corps more like the Green Lantern Corps in a way, then, you know, there's very much possibility that Richard is a Nova operating on Earth, and Sam's father is a Nova operating in space who also happens to be from Earth, that neither of them know about each other. So it's quite possible.
Or they rewrite this, or they rewrite it so that Richard is Sam's father. I wouldn't put it past them.
They could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that might be actually a quicker way to kill two birds with one stone. Because for the most part, nobody knows who Richard Rider is unless you're reading books. So, yeah, they could do it. That's actually a good idea. They could, yeah, we'll see. We will see. But yeah, only thing we know in Phase 5 is Black Panther in 2022. So let's see. Robert Downey Jr., Avengers Endgame star, asked Disney to not push him for Best Actor. Wait, Best Actor. Wait, what the fuck came out of my mouth? Best Actor. Best Actor. Yes, Best Actor Oscar. Ah, exactly. Man.
Were you watching Mars Attacks?
What?
Were you watching Mars Attacks?
Something. That was more like my brain broke for a second. Jesus Christ. But yeah. So he was actually recently on the Howard Stern show,
which I'm surprised is still on.
Dude, I'm a little surprised actually. I think that too. But I guess he's off America's Got Talent now. He's got to go back to make some money on the side.
Oh right.
I don't think he's been on that for a while now. I think he's gone. Yeah. It's kind of funny when you think about the fact that Howard Stern was a terrible thing to our parents as we were growing up, or like a thing that terrible adults in our life would listen to, because he would have like porn stars jerking off in front of him and stuff like that on the radio in the morning. Yeah. And now it's like, Howard Stern, he's on Family Show, America's Got Talent. Yeah, Howard. It's like,
and you're just like,
wait, what? Like, this can happen? You can just go back and be like, look, I'm super crass, and now I'm a family man, and boy, that juggling, that's amazing. You get to go to Hollywood. It's like, okay, all right, buddy.
Ice Cube.
Well, that's true, yes. But then again, he's still pretty much Ice Cube. He's just Ice Cube plays a cop for old people, like Ice Cube, on TV.
You mean like Ice-T?
Oh, shit, Ice-T. That's true. You're right. Ice-T plays a cop. Ice Cube is just a family man who can't believe we're not there yet.
Yeah.
Although, he hasn't really done much else since that, actually, now.
Because he's got enough money from doing stuff like that.
Other than the random Friday movie. That seems to pop up every 5 years. Kind of like Kevin Smith and Silent Bob and Jay movies.
Yeah, we're due for a Friday movie, actually.
Yeah. And Silent Bob and Jay is coming out this week, but regardless. Yeah, so he was on the Howard Stern show. He revealed that he didn't actually want to be included in For Your Consideration Oscar campaign for the film. I listened to the show and agree with most of your opinions, varied though they may be. Occasionally you'll see some tributary trail of thought, and I'll go, oh, that's how I see it, but I love that you see it that way. He added in regards to the host, pointing out all the reasons the Iron Man actor is worthy of being considered for an Academy Award.
Tony, oh wow, I still call him Tony. Robert Downey Jr. not wanting to be nominated for Best Actor is kind of fits with RDJ. I think he's just kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm kind of done with this, but also like I'm very blessed. Thank you. I personally don't think I deserve Best Actor. I think he actually gives it like, not to be all purist or anything, but this kind of ties into with the Martin Scorsese thing. But I think he really doesn't think of himself deserving of an Oscar for his acting in Iron Man.
Although to be fair, he also disagreed with Scorsese on like Scorsese saying like the Marvel movies aren't real movies. He actually apparently had a comment where he disagreed with that, like, and said like, no, that's not true.
No, he said that because he was like, because Howard on the Howard Stern clip, he was like, basically Howard was like, isn't this a movie? It's like, well, I mean, like, it was played in a theater, so yeah, it is a movie and stuff like that. But he's like, you can't really say nothing to Martin Scorsese because it's fucking Martin Scorsese.
Yeah,
I mean, he's entitled to his own. He's entitled to his opinion and whatnot.
Yeah.
I get the whole talk. Like, that's a thing that I see in Hollywood. It's either people who have been in Marvel movies, people who don't say anything, or people who shit on people who've been in Marvel movies. Like, that's not real film. That's not blah, blah, blah. And like, come now.
Which, again, is kind of amazing when you figure Scorsese was also very much linked to this new Joker movie before it came out.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's the producer on it.
He was the producer, and then he silently moved out. And he says the reason why he was the producer is basically that they needed like a filming crew, they needed a producing team, and he was like the only one in New York, like at the time that they needed it.
Yeah, I get that, and I read that too. But it's just like this is like one of the biggest cities in the world for film. Like, y'all, like the WB couldn't figure this out without
it is
famous world director Scorsese coming in to lend them a hand. Like.
I feel it's also.
And then they filmed most of it in Jersey afterwards.
I feel that was one of those things. It was just like when you put your name on it.
Yeah.
And then like, not to spoil it or anything, because I might do a small little review over it. Yeah. But this is literally a rip of Taxi Driver. Like. Well,
I've heard. Yeah.
No, it is.
I've heard some. Well.
And King Comedy and Taxi Driver. And I haven't seen King Comedy, but
it's probably going to get nominated for Oscars too.
I don't think it deserves it.
Well,
I personally do not think
everyone
it deserves
is hyping the hell out of him, and everyone saying he deserves all the Oscars for his. Well,
his acting is the only thing I will say is worth noting, because like Joaquin Phoenix does put his foot in and is like in being Joker, and like his weird dance moves, like just if you get to see like when you see the movie
by the end of this month,
when you see it, just talk to me about the dance moves and tell me what you think, because it just
all right.
It fits the deranged Joker a little too well. That's all I gotta say.
I see. Well, so either way, Robert Downey probably won't be nominated for an Oscar. I mean, I don't know if he necessarily deserves it for this movie. If you were looking at his role as the character as a whole, sure. If you're looking at it for just this movie, he was great, but not so much. Like, I think we're giving it to him just because his character died, and it's an epic undertaking that he went being this character. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, they would only give it to him if Robert Downey Jr. probably died.
Yes.
And, yeah, that's...
He would have to die.
Just like playing the Joker, you only get the Oscar if you die.
Hot take, I don't think Heath Ledger would have not gotten the Oscar if he died. I think he still would have got the Oscar if he was still alive.
I think he would have been nominated, but I don't think he would have got the Oscar. I think they would have been like, nope, it's a comic book though. Nah, he'll be fine. I kind of feel like they gave it to him, but I don't know.
They are kind of weird about that shit. Like they were like they didn't want to nominate, they didn't want to give it to Get Out because it was just like, oh, I played the race card. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's like I don't. Yeah. Like they have people selected to rate movies, to nominate and vote for them for the Academy, who can get any movie they want sent to them on a DVD, and they can watch it in the comfort of their home. And these people don't see every movie. And it's just like, you had all year. No. You have one job, and they don't have time to do it. It's like, no. This is all personal preference now. It's just like, I'm not going to watch that. It's a thing I don't like to watch normally, so I'm not going to do it.
Sorries.
Yeah.
It's not real movies anyway.
Basically, that's really it. It's just, I don't know. Okay.
Gigs.
Well, that is all the movie stuff to say. So TVs. Hey, we actually have trailers here.
Yeah.
One of which is Deathstroke.
Knights and Dragons.
Yeah. Don't know what the title means, but Deathstroke is the DC version of Deadpool. No, that's not true.
No, that's not true.
That's not true at all.
Think of the most professional, badass assassin you can think of, who's mercenary / assassin / hired gun, and then add a scoop of awesome onto it, and you got Deathstroke, the Terminator, otherwise known as Slade Wilson. He is the badass.
Basically, think of Deadpool if he wasn't funny.
If Deadpool wasn't funny and a little less regenerating, he would be. But still had the level of competence. Yeah.
Because in saying that, legitimately, Deadpool is a ripoff of Deathstroke. Deathstroke came first. Deadpool was a ripoff of him, made by Rob Liefeld in the 90s for X-Force, and they've both been very successful thus far, but they are kind of ripoff characters of each other in some ways. But yeah, the show is coming. It's going to be 12 episodes. It's going to be on CW Seed, which is the CW's kind of web streaming service.
Yes.
It's coming out next year. It will star Michael Chiklis as Slade Wilson, Sasha Alexander as Addie, Chris J. Alex as Jackal, and a lot of other people who are actors who I don't know as characters I do know outside of Michael Chiklis. There is a trailer for the show. It is violent, it is bloody, and it's not so bad. And then the CW's description is 10 years ago, Slade Wilson, a.k.a. the super assassin called Deathstroke, made a terrible mistake, and his wife and son paid a terrible price. Now, a decade later, Wilson's family is threatened once again by the murderous Jackal and the terrorists of Hive. Can Deathstroke atone for the sins of the past, or will his family pay the ultimate price? So, yep. So, Deathstroke series.
I'm assuming the boy is Jericho.
I would assume it's Jericho, because Deathstroke had 2 sons and 1 daughter.
He had 2 sons?
I believe he had 2 sons, actually.
Huh.
The one daughter is Rose, who is typically a bit of a tweener. She's a hero and sometimes a villain.
She also put a Kryptonian shard, like she carved a piece of kryptonite into the shape of an eyeball, put it in her eye socket where she doesn't have an eye, and headbutted Superman.
I mean, it's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rose is awesome.
Yeah, Rose is pretty good. I'm trying to see who his family is again. Really fast. Deathstroke is probably most known for his encounters with the Teen Titans. For whatever reason, he has just always
Fucked with them.
He just fucked with the Teen Titans.
Just fuck with them.
Just forever. To be fair, at one point he used to bang a teenage girl named Tara who had joined the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
That was the 80s. It was a different time. People did these things.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably been like, it never fails. That I'm assuming has
The
probably
80s.
been redacted or like
It's been
There's
tweaked.
been too many restarts that
I don't know if it's been redacted, but it's been tweaked a little bit. I know, like, they had this story in, like, the Teen Titans TV show or, like, one of those kind of animated shows.
Teen Titans, he had Tara, but she was his apprentice.
But she was his apprentice,
it was never implied that they ever did anything weird.
Yeah. But she was a traitor working for him, basically.
Yes.
But
helped her control her powers.
I think in the original books in the 80s, when they first had this storyline, they were a bit more friendly. Yeah. I see only one son now. I could be wrong. His name was Joseph. Took his younger son, Joseph. Okay, so that is Jericho. I thought he had another son, but I guess I could be wrong. I thought he had a second kid.
Jericho, for those
Rose.
who don't know, is Slade Wilson's son. He has the ability to possess pretty much anyone. Possess anyone?
He can possess people, and he talks through thought balloons because his vocal cords were cut. So he has some psychic abilities. Oh, see, he did have an older brother. Took Joseph and his older brother Grant with her. Grant was another character, and Grant was called the Ravager. So he was the first Ravager before his sister Rose took over the Ravager identity. There you go. I knew he had another kid. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It may have been like a half brother or something, but I don't know. But yeah, he had another brother. And he has popped up in the new 52, I think, at least once. So yeah. Yeah. Haha.
Yeah. Haha.
Comics. Don't remember how to do math, but I remember stupid shit like that. All right.
Next topic is my personal favorite, Rick and Morty season 4. They dropped the trailer for it.
How long has it been since season 3?
I want to say,
I'm looking.
I think it was earlier this year, actually.
Oh no, season 3 has been a while. Season 3 ended in 2017, so it's been 2 years roughly.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. That's why. Because season 3 started April 2017 and ended October 2017. Wow. So it has been legitimately 2 years since Rick and Morty was last on the air.
Yeah. So it's coming out November 10th? Yeah, or 11th.
I believe that's when it was. I think it was 10th.
November 10th is dropping 5 new episodes. I am stoked because it looks like the same old Rick and Morty, just same old funny, same old dark humor, same old makes you think about shit 2 o'clock in the morning type stuff.
It's been 2 years, Rick and Morty fans. Maybe you're better now. Be better.
I really need y'all to be better because you make us really look bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. If they give out Szechuan sauce, 1, don't OD. 2, leave some for me.
It's. I mean, I like McDonald's too. It's kind of a thing I'm forced to do, but chill. It's just sauce. It'll be all right.
Chill. Be all right.
Take it from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You can love it too. But yeah, so Rick and Morty season 4, it's coming back. I feel like I read somewhere along the way over the last years that they had signed a deal for like 75 more episodes.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
So that way you can guaranteed 100 episodes, 1,000 episodes forever and ever. Rick and Morty forever, ever and ever.
That's just crazy. Well, I hope they have the stories to do it.
Um, Dan Harmon is doing it, so probably.
I mean, probably, but I mean, you know.
If he doesn't get fired, then yeah, you should be fine. Because
Yeah.
he has that nasty habit of getting fired
Basically.
from jobs.
Yeah.
So just shut up. Don't say anything weird. Do your podcasts, and,
Yeah.
and you will all be fine.
We will see. You know, don't sexually harass anyone.
Don't sexually harass anyone. Don't sexually harass anyone.
Exactly. So, we'll see how that goes when it comes out.
Yeah. But Rick and Morty, again, looks really good. All the characters look good. I don't know why I'm rambling. I don't have anything else to
There's
add.
not much else to say. That's about
It
it.
really isn't. Yeah.
Watch the trailer. The trailer's out. You either like Rick and Morty or you don't.
Yeah,
I know
really at
people
that
who
point.
like it, and I know people who I thought would like it who hate it. So it's
Yes.
that's it.
It's like Archer.
Oh, if you don't like Archer, I don't know. I don't know if I can deal with you sometimes. People who don't like Archer, I don't get them. Like Rick and Morty, I can actually get, but Archer is like, no.
Some people, for real, just don't like it. They think it rubs them the wrong way.
Phrasing.
Ha 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 ha.
See, that's how you can't like that. I don't know. So Marvel has a new series coming to Hulu. The series I thought would have been canceled before something else, but apparently this one it's going. So it's HELSTROM. HELSTROM is the story of the children of an unnamed serial killer and their institutionalized mother, Victoria HELSTROM, travel the country hunting down the vilest of the vile. In the comic books, Damien HELSTROM is billed as the son of Satan, while his sister goes by the name Satana. Rounding out the cast are people from Raising Dion's show, Ballers. Tom Austin, who was in Grant Chester and the Borgias, as Damien HELSTROM, a professor of ethics who moonlights as an exorcist. Damien has no illusions. Wait. What the fuck is this? This isn't HELSTROM.
Wait, go for it. Speak.
What? Keep going? No, this isn't
No.
HELSTROM.
Summarize this character.
Damien. He's a professor of ethics who moonlights as an exorcist. Damien has no illusions about saving the world he has no patience for. He just hopes that he can help a few of the people closest to him. In his battle against the hidden world, Damien is determined to root out demons as they arise and will not stop until they are vanquished. Sidney Lemon, as Anna HELSTROM. By day, Anna runs a successful auction house and suffers no fools, but her true interest lies in hunting down those who hurt others. Traumatized by her father as a child, Anna is driven to rid the world of those like him, even as she secretly worries her father will return. There's a character named Caretaker, who I guess could be the one from Ghost Rider, a guardian of knowledge of the occult. He uses his knowledge and his relationship with Anna to keep demonic forces at bay. There's like a lot of people. This is not HELSTROM. This is loosely based off of HELSTROM, but like he's not the son of the devil. He's the son of a serial killer, at least at this point.
You're gonna find out later the serial killer is the devil, or possessed by the devil.
But they also changed the spelling of the name. It's HELSTROM. It's HELSTROM as opposed to HELL, which I guess, sure, is a little on the nose. HELSTROM. But, it does feel like, I don't know if I buy into this now. This feels like it's just something that's like, we don't know how to really make him the son of the devil, so we're just gonna we're gonna make it. They basically made a procedural. That's what they made. They made a procedural crime drama with HELSTROM, where he plays a professor who hunts down people on it as a side gig and solves crimes. It's basically Lucifer.
Yeah.
This is Marvel's Lucifer.
Yes, basically.
Except he's a good guy who's connected to a bad guy by birth.
I will say this. Supernatural is ending eventually. And you need a supernatural show to eat that gaping hole.
Yeah, but that's on public TV. This is on Hulu. No one may see this.
It's Hulu.
I know.
What does it hurt?
Oh, it doesn't hurt anything.
And
I don't know. It's probably going to be fine, honestly. It'll probably be closer to HELSTROM as we think it is, I guess, as we know it. I mean, especially if Marvel TV's behind it and they have Jeff Loeb. You know, they're obviously coming from the idea of the Marvel Universe, but they've somehow tried to rein in some of the more crazy elements of him and make it more, I guess, normal. But yeah, they travel the country hunting down the vilest of the vile. So
I've never
it's definitely a procedural.
ever paid that much attention to Damien Hellstrom. So
No one has.
Like I know the fact
That's why
that
they
he
can do
exists,
this. Yeah.
And that he is the son of the devil.
Yeah, that's why they can do this, because no one's ever paid attention to the character. So It makes perfect sense. It actually makes perfect sense. All right. Rob Liefeld. He's in the news again.
When is he fucking not?
I mean, less than we think, but more sometimes than it feels. He threatens Marvel with legal action over shady practices. Prolific comic book creator and Image Comics co-founder Rob Liefeld may be pursuing legal action against Marvel for undisclosed shady practices. Shady practices. In a series of tweets, Liefeld revealed he had recently spoken to his attorney and would potentially be taking Marvel to court, calling out the Walt Disney Company Bob Iger specifically. Without divulging specifics, Liefeld hinted the possible lawsuit was related to Deadpool when asked by fans online. I don't know. What do you think is it?
I think they're probably trying to, screw him out of Deadpool money, and he ain't having that.
It's probably the case. I mean, they did buy it from Fox, and maybe he had a different deal with Fox, and Disney would like to change the terms of our negotiation.
This deal is getting worse and worse all the time.
Exactly. So, I mean, talk to your lawyer, Rob. And remember, the House of Mouse now owns Marvel. It can be hard. It can be hard to fight.
I mean, not for nothing, they can just pay him away.
I mean, they could, but it sounds like they don't want to.
No, like, if it gets serious... Huh?
Iger is cheap.
Yeah, Iger is cheap, but I don't think Iger's going to be staying around. Like, Iger can't be lasted for another 2 years.
No. Feige's going to become Iger pretty soon, I feel like.
Or interim Iger.
Yeah. I think if he has a hit with Star Wars, when they let him
he will
run with it, it's just going to be introducing our new CEO, Kevin Feige.
Feige's going to put on the mouse ears and everyone's going to be like, just like I planned.
Exactly. And now, introducing our next big epic, Avengers meets Star Wars. No, that's just bananas. That's just too far.
That is too far.
It would just be like, no, our next big epic, Avengers versus Justice League, because we just signed the ink.
DC.
Yeah, that would sooner happen before that other one. But yeah, I think we've made it down to reviews.
Yeah, we are getting to it. So, we're going to try something a little different, because we always try something different. Life is about change and experimentation, or you will get stale and decay and die.
It is.
So, I read 3 comics. One is Event Horizon.
No, Event Leviathan.
Sorry, Event Horizon. Wow. Event Leviathan, issue number 5. Freak.
It's okay.
Doctor Doom, issue number 1.
Doctor Doom.
And Powers of X, issue number 6.
Issue number 6.
Put like 4 minutes on the board or some crap like that. Okay. And I'm going to blow through reviews for these 3 comics that you can pick up at your local comic book store on a Wednesday. Ready? Hold on. Ready? And go. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is Event Leviathan, issue number 5. So when we last left off, Lois had just found out that the Red Hood isn't the fucking Leviathan. We still don't know who the fuck that is. Mm-hmm. And then we find out that Lois actually had a second team helping her look for clues about Leviathan. And they come back with, yo, Lois, it's your dad. And she's all like, it's not my dad. And they're like, but like, it's totes your dad. And like, we use the magic and stuff. And she's just like, all right, fine, let's go check out my dad. And they check on her dad, and he's like, Dad, are you Leviathan? And he's like, no, but I believe in Leviathan. And then like Leviathan people show up, and they're trying to fight stuff. and then like Lois gets thrown into a teleporter with like her
Yep.
dad, and her dad totes die, and then he says
Yep.
something like along the lines of, "I left it for you, I left it all for you," and something about a snowman ticket. I don't
Yeah.
understand where that's going. Go to the other side. Superman is face to face with Leviathan again, and he is rolling deep. He's got like a whole army behind him. He's got a couple of helicarriers, some like rockets that are just floating, and like he takes his mask. Like he's talking to Superman. He's
1
basically
minute.
saying
10 seconds.
1 minute, 10 seconds. Period.
That's how much you're in. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. He takes his mask off in front of Superman. Superman says, "You," and of course,
We don't see it.
we don't see who it is.
Yeah.
But you know who does show up? Tala al Ghul with Silencer, and they're just like, "Hey, we're gonna save the world," and that's the last.
Well, you leave out the last part. There seems to be some connection to Leviathan and Manhunter because while the Batman team is riding in a car with Manhunter, Damian seems to get the idea, hey, where the hell is your tech from? It was from a guy named Manhunter? Who are the other Manhunters? Is this shit connected to them somehow? So somehow Leviathan may be connected to Manhunters. I still hope it's Anarchy, so I can say I was right from the get-go, but I don't know who it is. I think I might be
If it's
wrong.
Anarchy, we're gonna tweet that back and see what he says, and hopefully
Yeah,
maybe he'll
I'm
come
going
on
to
the
tweet at
podcast.
Bendis and be like, come on, Bendis! All right.
Anyway, all right.
We're 2
switching
minutes
up.
in.
Okay, so now what we have is Doctor Doom issue number 1. This
Ooh.
is
I like
great. This is
Yep.
great. This was a great comic. So this is from the point of view of Doctor Doom as he's ruling Latveria. Some shit's happening on the moon where they're making a black hole because humans are stupid.
Hey, man,
And-
it's fixing the environment.
okay.
Yeah.
You could do that without using a black hole. But anyway,
That's what Doom says.
Dr. Doom says that's not a good idea, but they don't believe him. And then something happens, and then like the whole place gets killed, like gets raided by like bombs and stuff. And then like missiles from Latveria shoot up to the moon and kill
Yeah.
all the people. Like 3,000 people die, and Dr. Doom's like, it's not me. I didn't do it. And they're all like, we're gonna arrest you. And then some weird stuff happens in the middle of it, where like Kang the Conqueror keeps coming back and keep coming, like just gets teleported into Doom's room, and apparently it's been happening regularly, and they just have random chats, and Doom keeps seeing
Yes.
like this alternate timeline where he's totally
Happy
normal
with the family.
with the family, and he's ruler of the earth, so we don't know what's going on.
So,
But
yeah.
it's
Doom
pretty well
surrenders.
interesting. So
And we're at 3 minutes and 9 seconds.
read it.
Yep. Good book.
Powers of X issue 6.
You
Now,
should have
know
started
what?
this, but go ahead.
No. There's nothing else to say about this. This is Hickman's crown jewel. This, I can't explain it. You have to read it yourself.
Yeah.
It was just that good. You're not
You
going to
learn what
understand it
happens in the
unless
sixth life.
you finally figure out what happens in the 6th timeline. You finally figure out what's going on with Moira. You figure out where we're going in the future. We get more mysteries to think about. Just read it. That's all I can say about this, man. This is the last it. And next after this is Dawn of X. We're starting a whole new world.
Yeah.
But this was the last issue, and chef's kiss. It was amazing.
Mutants are gonna screw
Powers
it
of
up.
X, Powers of X, number 6. Pick it up. You must read the whole thing. Read the whole
That's
series.
4 minutes.
And that was my reviews.
All right.
Yay!
There you go. 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Too bad.
Not too bad.
All right. So, in case you missed it, you saw the Joker.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, I went to see
Give
the
us
Joker
your
yesterday.
initial impressions.
I would really appreciate it if this movie wasn't called Joker. Look, here's the thing. I could fix this movie in some steps. 1, make it so self-entitled. 2, don't call it Joker. 3, reveal that this is a Joker movie at the end when all the shit goes down. If you reveal that this was a Joker movie in like the last 15 to 20 minutes of the movie, that would make this the best movie. Well, not the best movie, but this would definitely take it from where I have it, which is about a 5-6, to maybe like a 7-8. Because plot-wise, this movie wasn't great. I'm not gonna like. There's like a lot of stuff that's going on. Like the tweet I basically was copying. Someone said that this is one of those movies where you know how Fight Club and like A Clockwork Orange are like movies that were really good and now they're on the poster of college dorms and you're just like, oh, you know, movies like that. This movie wants to be a poster in a college dorm and it goes in there thinking it is. Like it goes in there with that energy and it doesn't add up. Everything feels hollow. I don't root for Joker. I just hope he gets medicated.
Yeah.
It's I do a more full review of this on Mike and Mike Go to the Movies. Say hi to Mike and Mike. Hi, Mike and Mike. How you guys doing?
Mike and Mike.
They released it today, which is Wednesday. So if you
the day we're recording, it's already live. So if you look for them, you'll find it online. Mike and Mike Go to the Movies.
Yeah, and you can see me stumble through that. But yeah, Joker's. I will say this: Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, his acting, it was good. If he gets an Oscar for that, I can accept it. If they get an Oscar for best movie, then I don't. There's no truth to this world, and everything is a lie.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's kind of what I was getting from reviews and from reading things about the movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I've gotten the impression just from what I've seen. This is a movie that kind of... It gave me X-Men 3 vibes, and that it's a movie that feels like a movie that's already been made. But on top of it being a movie that's already been made, it's a movie that's now slapped a character that exists onto another character to try to make it into a slightly different movie. Whereas basically this movie could have existed and still been its own movie, potentially without the character of Joker, and everything would have been roughly the same, except it wouldn't have been the Joker. It would have just been a guy named Arthur.
You could have called it either Arthur or Send in the Clowns, and it would have been freaking fine. And then you didn't have to make any Joker references at all. You could have changed some names around, and it'd have been fine.
That was the impression I've gotten so far. I will probably see it, but yeah, that was the impression I've gotten, and I think your review kind of feels that way to me too. So, all right, we'll see. But I will listen to Mike and Mike, the podcast that you start on, which, again, like I said, we can find at Mike and Mike Go to Movies on anywhere podcasts are found, on Anchor.fm or at RapturePress.com, which will have a link there too, and probably a link to it in the show notes. Oh, is that why people say it that way all the time? I always, the correct podcast always says the show notes, and I see how easy it is to slide into that. It feels good to say it that way.
Everyone say show notes. Show notes.
Show notes.
Show notes.
See? It feels better that way somehow.
People listening to the podcast randomly just say show notes.
Show notes. There you go.
It seems weird, right?
It feels weird. Feels weird.
People are looking at you.
I know. It's just weird. But, yeah. So, some of this today was an experiment in making sure we could actually get the show down to a reasonable hour, which is reasonable when you're listening to something, on your commute in or out. Right now we are at an hour, well, roughly. We're at 53 minutes. So, if you are listening, drop a line somewhere you found this and say, I like it. Or, go longer, go deeper, go harder. Go less pornographic. This is getting pornographic. Go less. Just give us more show. I should
have let you jerk off first before I just jumped into your laptop.
I mean, to be fair, no one knew. It was still early in the evening. Who could have predicted? But yeah, back onto that topic. Not the jerking off, but Okay, and now we're back from our brief ad break to finish up the show. So, yeah, clearly I'm back on the show with Sam. Apparently, I don't know, nature intended for this to happen again sooner than I would have predicted, sooner than I would have guessed third. But in the meantime, we're going to be launching a new show, which is going to be Sam and Ed's Totally Original Geek Podcast News.
Geek News Podcast.
Geek News Podcast. I'm sorry. That was my fault. But Totally Original Geek News Podcast. Or TOGNP, as it could be
We're
spelled.
not calling it that, but that's cool.
I mean, that's what the URL is. TOGNP. TOGNP.com.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're going to be doing two shows. One that'll be a bit more newsy, and one that'll probably have a little more anime and cartoon and video gamey things in it. And one that'll probably still stay the same, reviews with like comic booky related pop culture things, Maitland Ward, stuff like that. It'll just stay somewhere there. Did you see? I tweeted at her yesterday to ask her for an interview. She didn't get back to me, but she didn't get a lot of replies on that tweet. So I'm thinking she saw it because I did it like 3 minutes after she posted something. I may try again, but I was like, yeah, we want to interview you. And now the ball's in her court. Just saying. So yeah, if you enjoy Ed, you'll find him soon on the other show. I'll be here for the foreseeable future again, hanging out, reviews, zooing, and that'll be where we are.
Alone. Just leave her alone.
Look, I'm
Just
like
leave her alone.
At this point, it's just a thing. I have to talk to her at least once. I don't.
This is sounding way worse.
The universe is just throwing this conversation both of our ways, where we can just talk about some geek stuff, and then we can go our separate ways. It's like me making fun of Stan Lee's cologne. I never intended to go to Comic-Con one year and make fun of Stan Lee's cologne, but he had a cologne, and he was an old man. So I made fun of it.
What did he smell like?
I think he just smelled like comic books. I think he was like, they had him sweat shopping. They had him signing comic books all day.
Don't call it that.
I mean, they really did, kind of, before the interview. They really had him sweat shopping. He was signing everything for people. There was at least one guy who took out like 20 or 30 books from like a bag and was just having them sign. It's like, okay, he's clearly selling these, but or was like going to get them graded immediately thereafter.
2.
Yes.
You get him to sign 2 books and you move on.
Yeah.
Just your animals.
But yeah, made fun of his clone. And then I got to interview him for 4 minutes. And now it's on the web. And it's great. I can remember that. It was bucket list.
Yeah.
I think my new bucket list probably must be somewhere meet someone who was on Boy Meets World. And have a conversation with them. Ben Savage and Topanga would be high on my list. Will Friedle, extremely high. Feeney, also high. I think I'm having a hard time meeting them. But I think I can meet Maitland Ward. So, bucket list.
You are not going to let this go. This is a thing for you. You actually think this is going to happen.
I can't let it go.
You know what? You know what? Yeah, go for it, Andrew. Go for it.
Hey, if I go for it, we go for it.
Yeah, I can't.
We'll all be there.
We'll all be there.
All we can do is hope she comes to New York and New Jersey, and she gets a tweet, and we'll meet you at a breather.
Or you can just Skype her.
Oh, I mean, if she's in the same state as us, we can't go back. We have to go all the way.
I mean, stop. Skype. And that's the show!
Hey! Thank you guys for listening. Again, go to repspress.com, tune into all of our shows. Mike and Matt Go to the Movies, The Complete Wax, and soon TOGNP.
We gotta change the name.
Sam and Ed's totally original Geek News podcast.
Yeah, just say the whole word. Like a drop Paul Quest. Say the whole thing.
When I say TOGNP, it reminds me of the order of it. TOGNP. TOGNP.
Stop repeating it.
TOGNP.
Stop repeating it.
Okay. I'm Andrew McDonald.
And I'm Sam Harper.
We are out.
Peace.